tell you another thing. Frankly, you're beginning to smell.
How are you, folks? Welcome on a Monday morning in the great city of Savannah. How was your weekend? What you do? Did you hang out with friends and family and watch the war on TV? What you do? What did I do? I don't know what I did. Spent some time at B&D. I'm like Norm. I walk in, hey, it's getting a little much. Good to be with you on a Monday. Obviously, a shitload of bunker's worth happened over the weekend that I have to fill you in. At the top of the show, I'll give you, we'll sort of quick review of everything that went on, most of it over the weekend, and a little bit will come out this morning, or today, I should say, this afternoon. Anyhow, Red Sox go into Seattle, face a good Seattle team, take 2 out of 3. Go into San Francisco, take the first game there, lose the second one. Third one, they're up like 5-4 late in the game. A couple guys on for the Giants. Soft line drive to second base. Our guy drops it. A little league little league girl could have caught it. I swear on my mother. He boots it. That would have been out number 3, but no, they go on to score 3 runs. So should have taken that. They had won 5 series in a row. That would have been 6. Now we're on to Anaheim. I know you guys don't give a fuck, but as Karine Jean-Pierre, KJP, was that what? It was top of mind. Fucking, first of all, you have no mind. You're at the bottom. I got you there, didn't I, bitch? Anyways, I'm doing it again. I'm supposed to do this at the top. Welcome. The live lineup where you get Steven Crowder, Tim Pool, Andrew Wilson, who just sent a lot of his guys to my show. Thank you, Andrew. And all the other shows you just saw scroll by from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time right here on Rumble, and that's for free. Today I'll be talking about the Iranian parking lot we built and the religion of peace. New York Times offended by... I'm not even going to tell you because you'll get triggered and you'll shut the TV off now. And apparently they think there's a serial killer in Austin, and I only can say I hope that's true. Fucking libs. Kill them all. I don't know who they're killing, but we'll touch on that a little bit. That's about it. I thought I did something interesting, but I guess that's somebody else's life. I couldn't have. Let's get to it. Say hello to my little friend, the bunker buster, the mop. The United States, I'll give you, again, a review over the weekend. Some of you have lives, and, even though they could be blown up soon, but it's not our fault. The United States launched strikes on 3 Iranian nuclear facilities. Doesn't that look like that picture? It looks like you're looking out a glass window that has a crack in it. That's a stealth bomber, guys, if you don't know what that is. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick. It's crazy. Unbelievable. And as you know, we whacked 3 Iranian nuclear facilities. We got them. We don't make war, but President Trump announced Saturday we whacked their facilities, calling them a spectacular military success. And I even said, and I love Trump, but I said, calm down, fella. Can we assess the damage? He said that 11 seconds after the bombs hit. I'm pretty sure there's not much, there's not much room for error there. Bunker, but you know how they work? The first one goes down, blows a hole, and then the next one goes deeper to blow that hole, and so on. It's drilling by bombs. It's tremendous. I don't know what kind of kraut came up with that shit. Anyways, probably a white fella. Anyway, here's a review. I'll let them, I'll grab some news clip and let John Yang tell you how it went down. Because I don't have the memory anymore. Again, many concussions as a kid. But here's a review of what happened over the weekend, because you guys are probably out partying and whatnot. But John, take it away.
Good evening. I'm John Yang.
Oh, shut up.
Tonight,
I'm Mary
the
Yang.
Middle East stands at a pivot point.
You're a pivot
point.
point.
The administration says Operation Midnight Hammer severely damaged or destroyed Iran's largest nuclear sites. Oh. In response, Iran says the time for diplomacy is over and hints at military retaliation against the United States.
Military retaliation? What do you got left? A Jeep and two cherry bombs. A fucking, camel with a fucking stick of dynamite up his ass. What are you talking about? The IDF has been strafing you for the last 6 months. What do you got left? A Volkswagen? Shut it, you bearded head.
Even as more missiles from Iran strike Tel Aviv. Our coverage tonight begins with Foreign Affairs and Defense correspondent Nick Sheffrin.
Nick Sheffrin, he's good. Nick, look at that plane. Look at that thing.
Direct attack on Iran began under the cover of darkness.
Oh, my God.
A dozen B-2 bombers flew 30 hours with multiple mid-air refueling, all under strict operational...
I don't know. Maybe Russia can do it. Not too many militaries can refuel mid-air. I mean, that's like having sex in a waterbed. It's very hard to... Mark that one down. It's going to be it for the week, I got a feeling. It's a lot of heavy news. That's like, trying to fuck on a roller coaster. It's crazy. Any one of those metaphors. But by the way, they described the planes, and I don't know if it was the stealth ones, but there's a microwave oven, a place for the other guy to sleep while you're driving, and there's like a mini fridge. It's like a fucking, it's like a room at Foxwoods. Go ahead. It's amazing.
Security, including a decoy. The bombers launched from Whiteman Air Force Base Friday night.
Whiteman. You hear that? From Whiteman Air Force. Couldn't get any better.
Also launched west, tracked on social media.
That's a decoy going west.
Deception to allow the main bombers to fly to Iran undetected and alongside dozens of fighter jets target Iran's key nuclear enrichment sites at Natanz and Fordo, where thousands of advanced centrifuges spin hundreds of feet underground. For the first time in conflict, the U.S. dropped 30,000-pound massive ordnance penetrators deep before exploding. This satellite image shows at least half a dozen precise impact sites at Fordo, where bombs landed.
Not Fordo! I have a summer home there.
A third target, Esfahan,
got a timeshare with Chachman's neck in it.
Stockpile targeted by submarine-launched Tomahawk missiles.
This operation
shooting them out of the water.
How in God's name? Degrade Iran's nuclear weapons infrastructure.
Yeah.
Initial battle damage assessments indicate that all 3 sites sustained extremely severe damage and destruction.
At the Pentagon today, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Dan Kane, and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth called the mission limited and designed to convince Iran to negotiate.
This mission was not and has not been about regime change. As the president has directed and made clear, this is most certainly not open-ended. There are both public and private messages being directly delivered to the Iranians in multiple channels, giving them every opportunity to come to the table.
But Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi today said Iran had no intention to sit down.
Have you had the Araghchi?
Of course, the door for diplomacy should be always keep open.
Pause. We keep open a diplomacy door for 60 days. You fucking... All this infighting and the real people on the right now are infighting, clutching their pearls. What do you... Can I just... How the fuck can anybody have a problem with this? Oh, we're going to get entangled. Trump said this. We didn't kill any civilians. We blew up friggin'... We didn't hit their military. We hit nuclear sites that they've been... and for years... He gave them 60 days to come to the table. They didn't. So now the table landed on their head. I mean, shut the fuck up with all that. And maybe you are anti-Semitic. I know Israel. Well, people are just freaking the fuck out. And what, Israel's got us in our back pocket? Are you worried about Israel? Are we supposed to be afraid of them too? A little shit stain of a country? I know they got a great military, thanks to us. Yeah, but the Jews run the world. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I mean, people who I love on TV, who I respect, for the love of Christ, every American soldier that was killed for the last 40 years over there was killed by something the fucking Iranians had something to do with. You can Google that. It's a fucking cancer. Take them out and let the cards fall where we're going to get hit at home. I got news for you. I'm going to say this 4 times during the show. We're going to get hit. We're going to get hit. We were saying that way before this shit started. About halfway through friggin' Biden's term, after he let half the fucking country in here, including thousands of guys that were on the terror list that we don't know where they are. So when we get hit, which we will, whether it's over there or here, don't blame Trump. He's just cleaning up the mess that the fucking babies made before us. Hillary Clinton letting them enriched uranium, gave him money for it. Friggin' Obama sent a pallet with 1.6, was it billion? Who was after that? I'm forgetting the third one. Biden freed up, I can't remember how many, it was billions, wasn't it? He took off the sanctions. So when we get hit, and I know nobody, you people on the left that are retarded, the Eric Swalwell fans of the world, don't watch this show. But you're so fucking ignorant. Either that or you're just, being willfully ignorant, pretending none of that happened. Show me a Republican president, and people are going to go, George Bush went into Iraq. Here we go again. I have my own theory on that. They try to assassinate his old man, so I actually gave him a break on that one. But anyways, they didn't have nuclear weapons, but they did have weapons of mass destruction. So again, and I'm not trying to defend that, but I'm just saying this is a whole different thing. And I just get so pissed at people over here, the fucking, the Whoopi Goldbergs, or not even her. I mean, she's got no, but they say this Thomas Massey guy. Ooh, he should have came to Congress first, and we talked it over. Then we've said that for the last 3 wars. Nobody goes to Congress to declare war. And under the Constitution, if this country's in imminent danger, which it is, Trump has the right to do. This country's been invaded. I don't give a shit if you believe that or not. And he's got the right to do whatever. They say death to America every day for the last how many? You think they're fucking around? And if they did blow Israel off the planet, who's next? I don't understand how you can, no. Whatever, let the cards fall where they may. Yeah, we might get sprayed with bullets at the mall tomorrow. Wait, what the fuck? At some point, you're going to stand up and be a leader. What's the alternative? Not doing anything? That's just what the Dems want. Keep talking. They're all shitting on Trump like he's the problem. And I keep blaming Biden. He didn't make those decisions because he was taking a nap under a table somewhere for 4 years. Oh, my aching ass. I love what he fucking did. And then a friend of mine, very funny comic who I love, he hits me up on X and goes, what Trump did was retarded to bow to Bilbo Netanyahu or something. Our money's going to be worthless. And he says that must mean that Trump is a MK Ultra asset. And I'm like, I wrote back, I go, I don't quite get the connection between the Jews and MK Ultra. Then I went, oh yeah, the Rothschild family was sort of at the root of that, but that's good. Anyways, I'm just saying, I think Trump did what he really thought. Can we give him the benefit of the doubt on anything? Guy took a bullet in the fucking face, and he hasn't made a wrong move since he stepped in. Any other president that walked in there and stopped immigration in about 24 hours, we would be putting on Mount Rushmore if that was Obama or any Democrat. This guy does it. You fuckers don't even talk about it. You don't cover it. He gets shot in the face. You cover that for about 48 hours. So fuck you. Blow him off the face of the fucking planet. Sorry, folks. I had too much Tetley's tea. A lot of cursing. Anyways, what else we got? Another video of who?
But this is not the case right now. My country has been under attack.
Sorry, fella.
Under aggression.
Pause. His country's under attack and aggression. What do you live in a vacuum? Yeah. Our country's been threatened by, and you can get on the list of soldiers that have been killed. Beirut, they blew up an army, Marine barracks, 200 dead for years. A few younger people who don't know what you're talking about, Google all the Americans that have been killed and other people in the Middle East because of this fucking regime. It all started in 78 with a weak president named Jimmy fucking Carter when he deposed the fucking Shah and all fucking hell broke loose. And the hostages were taken. Since then, that's 78, but you've been under attack for years. You've been killing people around the world for years. Anyways, is this jerk-off almost done, Dos Equis from Tehran?
This morning, Tel Aviv
most interesting
absorbed
jerk
the
in the world
brunt of Iran's response.
There's my timeshare.
Through these apartments.
Son of
Nobody
a bitch.
died, but dozens were wounded. Iran could escalate further against Israel.
They have.
Or target U.S. bases across the region where some 40,000 troops are on high alert.
Well, pause. I know that, and God bless those people, but why are they? What are you there for in the first place? To kind of slow the shit down when it comes our way, isn't it? That's a boat I bought this weekend. They said it was a fishing boat. I got it for $1,500 at an auction. Go ahead.
In the past,
is that the
Iran
Strait?
has tried to choke off global oil supplies, actions that would bring further U.S. military strikes. Secretary of State Marco Rubio warned today.
I love this
There
guy.
are no planned military operations right now against Iran unless they mess around and they attack American or American interests. Then they're going to have a problem.
You know who he reminds me of? And I said this before. He's Michael Corleone. He was kind of almost a moderate or whatever. And then Trump gave him a real spanking when he ran for president. And but I always liked him. I always liked that fucking guy. I always liked him. Hey, all right. That's who he reminds me of. Michael Corleone, the younger brother who's like, okay, you know what? I'm joining the family. Enough of this shit. He's a great Secretary of the State. And here's the man who everybody's got, oh no, you're getting another, oh my God. This guy's got steel ones. And folks, if you die, you'll be dying. As Tony Soprano said, if I die fighting for something I believe in, I don't mind. That's how you have to think. I'm sorry. This guy. I like how he went, we're going to give him 2 weeks. I meant 2 minutes. Go ahead, Donald.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan.
Oh, not Esfahan.
Everybody heard those names for years as
I've never heard of Esfahan. I got to be honest, Donald.
Destructive
I don't give a shit. I
enterprise.
believe you.
Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
Well, I heard there's only $1,100 worth of damage. They broke a window, and a couple guys had the wind knocked out of them. Mr. Trump wrote on Truth Social, "This is a historic moment for the United States of America. Israel," he meant Israel, "and the world. Iran must now agree to end the war. Thank you." Did I miss something in there? It didn't sound right. But in a follow-up social media post following his national address, Mr. Trump said that any retaliation, no retaliation, counter-retaliation, that was the line in the Sopranos, of course, any retaliation by Iran against the United States of America will be met with force far greater than what was witnessed tonight. What are you going to do, drop Lizzo on him? What? She's skinny now. Oh, fuck yeah. Somebody made a good point. The only bad downside is something about we used up a lot of our fleet last night or whatever the fuck. China's like, Early Sunday morning, Iran fired around 30 missiles at 2 goats in Tel Aviv, killing one and knocking the wind out of the other. Around 30 missiles at Israel, the IDF told CBS, 4 of which made it through the country's missile defense systems and caused injuries and extensive damage. Then Sunday morning, Secretary of State Marco Rubio / Michael Corleone, he said this.
Joining me now in his first interview since the U.S. action is the Secretary of State of America, Secretary Marco Rubio. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here. Are we now at war with Iran?
No, we're not. This is not a war against Iran. This is very simple. 67 days ago, the President of the United States sent the Iranians a letter, and it said, you're not going to have nuclear weapons. You're not going to have a militarized nuclear program. Let's negotiate. I want to do this diplomatically. I want to do this peacefully. They tried to play him along the way they've played every American president for the last 35 years. And, the president told them, if we don't get a deal, which is what he wanted, then I'll have to handle it differently. And that's what he did last night. He handled it differently. But that was an Iranian choice. We didn't make that choice. They did. By playing games with Donald Trump, they made a huge mistake. And President Trump acted last night. And I think the world today is safer and more stable than it was 24 hours ago. And a bunch of these countries putting out statements condemning us privately, they all agree with us that this needed to be done. They got to do what they got to do for, their own public relations purposes.
They say it privately.
But the only people in the world that are unhappy about what happened in Iran last night is the regime in Iran.
No, and the regime over here called the Democrat Party and a few of the wishy-washy Republicans. What Trump basically said to them was this.
This year we're going to grab the bull by the balls and kick those punks off campus.
Did he not? And again, you guys can clutch your pearls and all this other horse shit. At some point, America has to lead. Oh no, now what's going to happen? Whatever happens next isn't Trump's fault. He showed up 60 years into this fucking pissing match. And only one that had the balls to actually try to make change. You think he cares? He's 79. Guy could be home golfing for the last 50 years, not taking a penny, so shut it. Okay? And if Israel's trying to pull a quick one on us, we'll see what happens there too. I happen to believe Netanyahu. I kind of like him as a leader. Anyways, damn straight they will is the headline. I smell a pun. Excuse me. Fungus. Among us. Iran's parliament, it's a new cigarette. Have you had it? Has voted to close the Strait of Hormuz. That's that Hormuz chili that comes through there, right, on boats? Fuck. The vital shipping channel through which around 20% of the world's daily oil flows. Does that count the gallons on Newsom's head? No. The move which could block 1 billion in oil shipments per day is likely to send oil prices soar. Whatever I say. It will come into a... See, everybody's got a reason why we shouldn't have done it. And you're coming up with them after the fact. Monday morning generals. It will come into effect pending a final decision by Iran's Supreme Council. Iran's major escalation in response to U.S. strikes on its nuclear facilities will be done whenever necessary. You know who said that? Email Kosari. And ironically, he said it to a guy named Tex Newton on text. In the Revolutionary Guards. That's what he said on Monday, and Trump barked back. The strait connecting the Gulf of Oman with Persian Gulf is one of the world's most critical choke points. That and my wife's neck. Folks, just 20 miles wide at its narrowest point. Shipping lanes in the strait, the area that is deep enough for ships to pass, are even narrower than Karen Carpenter, her last day on Earth. No need for that. At less than 2 miles wide in each direction, making them much more vulnerable to attacks and threats of closure. Again, I'll say this, maybe it's coming up in the story, but Trump said, and I think Rubio made it clear, if you try any retaliation, and this is one of them, closing, that's considered retaliation. So, again, enjoy what's left of your friggin' country. And by the way, folks, the Iranian people would love to see this regime gone. They've been miserable since these jerk-offs took over, these ayatollahs. The channel is shallow, making it a particular target for underwater mining, while the narrowness of the strait makes it look beautiful in an evening gown. Passing vessels vulnerable to attack from shore-based missiles or interception by patrol boats or helicopters. Here, I don't know why it's on the screen, Dallas made a smoker for his brisket this weekend. You know what that looks like, Dallas? That looks like a giant hand grenade. It's got the pin on the side. You can pull that. The primary approach would involve rapidly deploying naval mines, that's underwater, folks, across the shipping lanes. It's their most effective tool for immediate disruption. They'd simultaneously launch anti-ship missiles from mobile coastal batteries, like the one they have in Gadir and Nasir and Mahir and Fayir. Systems targeting oil tankers from distances. This is pretty good. 185 miles. But again, we'll see. They thought the Scud missiles were pretty accurate when we gave them, remember? Anyways, I'm sure we'll hear from these people.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Spit it out there, Muhammad. Let's move on. If you see something, I'm sorry. It's a good time to say hello. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tour dates. And by the way, I got a name for the tour. It's called Charming Bastard. That's what I've decided on. July 12th, Hyenas in Dallas, Texas. The next night, July 13th, The Secret Group in Houston, Texas. Then August 8th through 9 at my old haunt, Side Splitters in Tampa, Florida. September 19th through 20, Wise Guys, Salt Lake City, Utah, maybe my favorite comedy city. October 3rd, the Arlington Draft House in Arlington, Virginia. And October 16th, Zanies in Nashville, Tennessee. And we're trying to hook up dates with those last two, the next night somewhere in the area. So come on out. Also go to nickdip.com. We have a great merchandise page with hats, T-shirts, bras, IUDs, snorkel jackets, all kinds of shit. nickdip.com to help pay for my wife's coke habit.
Hi, good night, everybody.